Hi there everybody, Bald&curious here. So finally my family of grandpa was growing. On the left is my X-calibur. You see a couple of reviews of that already. On the right is my new Xtrim. It's actually not new because I had a slide for a while, but again with the BS laws in New York I gotta wait till everything goes onto my permit. So I was fortunate enough that the dealer let me take the slide and a barrel at least so I can use it, because that's actually what I shot at the New England Regional Championship in Harvard, Massachusetts. Since Excalibur, although the weight and the barrel length, everything is there, the barrel is considered to be a conical heavy barrel. It's not legal for IDPA, unlike Xtrim is 100% legal. So what I wind up doing is taking the Xtrim slide, putting it on the Excalibur frame, since they are identical frames, and that's what I shot. And if you watch my previous video, you know I did pretty well. This was basically my first major competition, with the exception of the local competitions. The Beast of the East in Pennsylvania was a disaster with the rain, so we never finished that. And I was extremely happy with the Metro West Tactical, the way they ran the match. It was a pleasure to shoot. Although I ran into a certain friend and we got in a little FU contest. You know, those of you who follow a little bit on the YouTube, my channel, they probably know. I'm not gonna get in the middle of that. It wasn't that big of a deal. He ended up being a SO at one of the stages. Gave me procedural. Maybe I deserved, maybe I didn't. It was a cover call. I wasn't gonna question it. I had a good time, and there wasn't a whole lot that could spoil it. So it was a long match. Started 9 o'clock. We shot all the way till 5:30. We didn't break away for lunch. They had a guy there flipping burgers and stuff. You could buy lunch, but somehow for lunchtime we were just about getting into a low light stage and prone shooting, and so I didn't really feel like filling up my belly, which was good actually, because prone stage I smoked. Overall, I had like I said, I had a great time. I did have an excellent roll time. I believe I had like maybe probably third or fourth best time of the match. It's just there was too many stupid mistakes I did, too many penalties, too many missed shots, too many missed targets. It's just, you know, but overall, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I'm definitely gonna be there again next year, and I'm looking for more competitions. I'm already signed up for Bug Nationals in I believe it's in October, and I wasn't sure which gun to shoot. I was gonna order a P11 from Grand Powe, but I struck a deal with somebody and wound up trading my CZ97 that it became kind of a safe queen, and traded that for XDS 3.3. There was mixed reviews about it. This one is after the recall, and I handled one at the store. I actually liked it. I liked the recoil, and actually it's kind of gun I wouldn't mind carrying as well. So we'll see how that goes. Now let's get into Grand Powe a little bit. Like I said, both these guns have a same frame. Okay, main difference is in a slide. As you can tell, they both have a lightning cuts, but you know this is a lot longer. Second thing, if you can tell, the slide release button on the Xtrim is a little small and doesn't have as aggressive serrations. And the Xtrim comes with a small safeties. I haven't even checked the box. There might be a big safeties in the box, but I don't think I'm even gonna mess with it, because this is gonna be pretty much a backup gun. I'll be shooting the Excalibur the whole time. I'm even considering for the USPSA switching to production and just shooting this all the time. This way I'm shooting same frame, same grip, whole 9 yards, whether I'm shooting USPSA or IDPA. All I have to do is swap the slides for IDPA. One thing I did notice is the Xtrim doesn't have as nice of a trigger. It's a little bit, double action is almost there. It's nice and smooth, a little heavier, but it's nice and smooth. Little creep on the beginning. You can hear the click. But a little heavier, but it's pretty good. The single action, however, is a lot heavier. It's nice and crisp, but it's heavier than Excalibur. Not by much, you know. I'd say probably a pound. The reset is short on both of them, so I might look into some parts, swapping the parts out for into the Xtrim to make it trigger pull consistent. But maybe later. Second thing, this gun comes with 3 different sights. Since it doesn't have adjustable rear sight, you get 3 different heights of front sight, but they're white dot, which didn't really fly with me, and I had a really hard time getting a red dot. I mean, they offered me to send it in, and they'll fix it. The original red dot, the original fiber optic that was there, was too tall, and thing was just shooting too low. So after a little research, what I did, I went to Dawson Precision. I ordered a CZ sight, and I took a Dremel to the bottom of the dovetail, not the gun, the sight. I just Dremeled it out until it fit, and the way the Dawson sight is, let me see if we can. Well, I can get this to focus. Come on. There's basically a set screw right underneath the fiber optic, right here. Okay, you can't see it. Obviously, set screw goes in before the fiber optic, but once you install the sight, you tighten the set screw. You don't have to bother with a cross pin. I didn't. There's no cross pin anymore. It's been I put over 1,000 rounds through it once I put the sight on, and including 250 rounds of the match, and no issues. I did put a real red Loctite underneath just for a good measure, but no issues. Other than that, it's basically the same gun as Excalibur. The trigger pull is the only thing that I might be working on. Other than that, all my ammo, even the recoil, I wind up using the same recoil spring and everything. There wasn't a whole lot different. Only other modification I did on my Excalibur, I was gonna buy a grip tape from Springer Precision, I believe they make. But before I did that, I just took some strips, glued them on, just to see if I like it, if it helps me, and it actually turns out I do like it. I wasn't really a big fan of all the grip tape and all that, but you know what? It did help, especially on a long match, on a hot 90-degree day, when your palms are sweating, and it really helps. So I'll probably wind up sprucing this out a little bit and buy buy grip panels from a Springer Precision. Probably gonna buy a couple of base pads as well that they make for the Grand Power if I'm gonna run the Excalibur in the USPSA, which I'm still not sure. I'm shooting a local steel challenge this Saturday. I'm still gonna using my my 75 TS. I got some really light 40s loaded, 155 precision bullets, and they literally over the 5 grain of tight group, and I will get a stovepipe here and there, so I put a little lighter recoil spring. Fun enough, I didn't have a lighter recoil spring for the CZ. I ended up putting a recoil spring out of my Beretta 92G, and it actually fit, and it did the trick. So I'll see how it does. That heavy gun with that light load, it just feels awesome, feels right for a steel challenge since there's virtually no power factor. So I'll see how it does. My son's shooting with me. He's shooting my Rock Riven Armory 9mm 22 TCM, so he's shooting the 9mm the steel challenge as well. He done pretty good last time, so we'll see. I might let him shoot a X-calibur if he likes it. I wind up loading some lighter loads for this as well. The ones I was using at the competition are 147 grains bullets, blue bullets, or Xtrim bullets, usually over about 3.4 grains of tight group, which end up giving me about 135 power factor, which was a lot more than I needed, but it felt good. So I downgraded that, and still cycled fine, all three guns, so I might do that. Well, that's about it. I guess I'll just give a little close-ups on both guns, so you can tell they pretty much same guns. The Xtrim with the fixed rear sight, the X-calibur with adjustable. I believe that the original Grand Powe is, if I'm correct, is 0.125. The one from CZ is 0.1. So even the fiber optic rod is thinner. Then you can tell it's thinner than the one in original Grand Powe. This freaking zoom is not, focus is not gonna work today. Well, anyway, take my word for it. So just I made a little bigger dot, which seems to be working fine for me. The Xtrim is ambidextrous, just like the Excalibur, you know, with the mag release and your slide release and your safeties. Everything's ambidextrous. So I'm pretty happy camping now. I do miss my CZ. Actually, my son probably misses it the most, because that was the gun that he used to shoot whenever he shot with me. He's doing pretty good with Rock Island. He only does it once in a while, so I might want to buy another CZ just for him. But for now, that's it. Have fun. Keep shooting.